my darlings, I hope you're all doing very well. I hope you are sitting comfortably, you are cozy, and you have your snacks and your beverages at the ready. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at tattoo regret. I've personally noticed a huge increase of people coming to social media to talk about the fact that they regret their tattoos, and it's kind of at an alarming rate. I don't remember people talking about tattoo regret as much as they do now, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And of course there has always been awareness to tattoo regret for many years, way before I started making content. I'm talking back in the early 2000s, early 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, all of that. There's always been talks about tattoo regret. You always get some of the older generations say, oh, why would you do that? You're going to regret that when you're older. But 20 plus years ago, the only tattoos that most would regret are relationship tattoos, or tattoos that are done very badly, or drunken tattoos. You know, the people that would go on holiday to, you know, Spain or somewhere, get a tattoo when they're incredibly drunk. Those were normally the types of tattoo regrets you would hear about. But now you have Gen Z and millennials coming to apps like TikTok to talk about the fact that they regret their tattoos, and sometimes the tattoos aren't even that bad, you know, when it comes to quality or the design. They're just like, oh, I really wish I thought about this, or, you know, I got this tattoo because that was like the popular design at the time. So I thought it'd be an interesting video to take a look at some TikToks of people talking about their tattoo regret. I would absolutely love to know if you have any tattoos you regret. Spill down below if you do feel comfortable doing so. For me personally, I don't have any tattoos I regret, because to me regret is a very strong word. It's, you know, something that kind of consumes you, and it's something that you think about all the time. You know, I definitely have a few dodgy tattoos. I recently posted an updated tattoo tour, so if you want to see every single one of my tattoos, then go check that out. But yeah, I do have some older tattoos that I don't particularly like anymore, but they're not really, you know, something I think about all the time, if ever. Okay, are we ready? Yes? Okay, let's go. Let's get into it.
I recently got 2 of my tattoos touched up and I'm so in love with them, but I do want to talk about the tattoos I regret. I'm 20 now, and a lot of the tattoos I got when I was 18 do not resonate with me anymore at all. I also feel like when I was 18 I was way too impulsive and I didn't do enough research into the places I was going to, so a lot of them got messed up. The first one I regret is the one on my hip. I went on Pinterest and I found a picture of a rose with a snake wrapped around it. I wanted it to be about this small, but it's this big, and I was too afraid to tell the tattoo artist that I wanted it smaller, so I was like, whatever, let's do it. Why? Second tattoo I regret is the 4s on my back. Not because it doesn't resonate with me, but because it's crooked. If you are 18, freshly in college, and contemplating getting that tattoo, I would highly recommend waiting about 3 months to see if you're still thinking about it. And also, don't be afraid to take your time with the stencil. Make sure it's in the right place, it's the right size, and it's everything you want. The final thing you should look out for is the artists themselves, and check out their work. Anyways, that's all. Oh, and don't give yourself tattoos.
All solid advice. I have absolutely no notes, but that does seem to be a pattern within people regretting their tattoos. A lot of people do chalk it up to the fact that they were impulsive at the time. You know, when you're younger, you're kind of having fun, and then you have like this adult money coming in from like your first proper job or what have you, and it's just like, I know, let's get a tattoo, without thinking about it too much. Not that everyone is like that, of course. I know there is some very responsible people out there that get tattooed at a younger age. Is case by case situation.
This is a PSA to any 18, 20, 16-year-old who thinks that you want to get a tattoo, especially to women. Don't do it. Don't do it. And let me tell you why. I always wanted a tattoo when I was 16, 17, 18. I was the biggest Dave Matthews Band fan, and I thought it would be so cool when I went on to MTV Spring Break.
Oh no,
to get a
not
tattoo
Spring Break.
Of one of his lyrics on my foot. My mom said, you might not want to do that. You might want to think about it for a while. So I did. I thought about it.
Oh wow.
I thought about it for a year. And I thought, I want to get this tattoo. And so I decided to get the tattoo. And I tattooed, "Take these chances," onto the top of my foot. Now, I didn't really wear heels back in college much. Wore a lot of Ugg boots. Wore a lot of sandals. So I didn't think about the fact that one day I would be working in corporate setting, going to weddings, and having to cover up my tattoo wherever I went. Also, what the fuck? Lyrics to your favorite high school band on the top of your foot, Kaylee? No. So anytime I go to like a wedding, like a formal event, or I've had a big meeting, I've always had to spend time covering this up because it just, in my opinion, looks trashy. Oh. So if anyone wants to donate to my tattoo removal fund, please let me know.
The thing that's like...
I'll accept donations. That's about as good
The thing that's painful about this whole TikTok for me is the fact that she is covering her tattoo all wrong. She's using like the most lightest coverage foundations and products and stuff like that. I can tell by like the bottles. When you have a dark tattoo like that, you really need to do some color correcting unless you use something like Dermacol, which is a very, very heavy duty concealer. But yeah, she would need to put some like bright red, either blush or concealer to cancel out the tones of the tattoo. I don't want to be mean or anything like that, but this person doesn't seem like the tattoo type. Does that make any sense? She was very much a one and done kind of person, and I do notice that a lot of people that have just one tattoo sometimes do end up regretting their tattoos. Not always, because you know there's people out there that will get one meaningful tattoo of something that's very personal to them that they want to carry on their skin for the rest of their life, but there are sometimes people like this one where they get one tattoo and then they realise, oh wait, hang on a second, like what was I doing there? Like what the hell? But the scary fact is, they thought about it for a year. They thought about it for a year. Talking about regret, have you ever regretted buying a perfume? You may have been in this situation before. You see a perfume go viral on social media and you think you may like it, and you take the plunge and buy a full bottle of it, only to find out that it's not for you and you don't like the smell of it whatsoever. This has happened to me a couple of times. I have fell victim to viral perfumes a few times, and it truly is heartbreaking, especially as perfume it's really expensive. This is where Scentbird can help you. As you may know, I absolutely love perfume. I even have a perfume bottle tattooed on me. I have been collecting perfume for around about 10-ish years. One of my most favorite compliments to ever get is, oh my gosh, wow, you smell good. Like, what perfume are you wearing? Because one, yay, I smell good. No one wants to be told they smell bad. And two, I then get to talk about my love of fragrance. It always opens up the conversation of talking about perfume, and I could talk about perfume for hours and hours and hours. Some of my favorite perfumes hold memories. My absolute favorite perfume of all time is Dior Hypnotic Poison. I don't know what number bottle this is for me. I think this might be my 4th. I have another one. It's a problem. I love this perfume so much. I got my first ever bottle when I was 18 and my mum gifted me one for Christmas. But anytime I smell this perfume, it reminds me of that Christmas. Like, I get transported back to 2008 Christmas time, and don't mind me, just spraying myself. Oh, it's so good. And I hold this perfume and fragrance very close to my heart. If you are someone who is unsure of what scents you like, Scentbird has this amazing, helpful quiz that can help determine what type of scent suits you best. Then once you have chosen a scent that you feel like would suit you best, or something that sounds like your cup of tea, you get to try your first perfume from Scentbird's monthly subscription for $8, which is an absolute bargain because I have spent $30+ on travel size perfumes just to try them out. After your first month, your subscription will be $16.95, which again, compared to travel size perfumes, that is an absolute bargain. Scentbird is a super flexible monthly subscription. You get to choose which scents you would like to try out, and Scentbird has over 700 diverse scents to try out. You are literally spoiled for choice. So you are bound to find your signature scent, or if you're like me, you will find countless scents to adore. The Scentbird website is also super helpful. There is great detail about each scent's fragrance profile, what type of occasion each fragrance is best used for, for. And if you want to get super technical, they also list some of the notes within the perfume. That way you'll start to pick up which notes you like best. For me, it's vanilla or jasmine or amber. Each one of my favorite perfumes has at least one of those notes in them. The days of wasting your money are now gone. You don't need to commit to a full-size bottle of perfume without really testing it out first. With each vial that you receive from Scentbird, it contains enough perfume in there for a 30-day wear test. So you can really put the fragrance to the test. So if you are interested in trying Scentbird, then use my code TREACLE or the link down below to get 55% off of Scentbird. That is the code TREACLE or the link down below to get 55% off. I just want to say thank you so much to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. How many aura points did I lose when I covered myself in meaningless tattoos before I even reached my 20s just to feel more interesting? Oh no. This is a thing that actually worries me, that there is so many people out there getting tattooed just to feel more interesting or to fit in with everyone else, because, you know, in my opinion, tattoos are cool. You know, when you're younger, well, okay, I'm only going to speak for myself here, but when I was younger, anytime I saw a tattooed person, I was like, oh my god, they are the coolest, I can't wait to be like them. And sometimes people have that mentality, or they are around a bunch of people that have that mentality, and then they think, well, if they think that's cool, then it's cool, so I should probably get tattoos and then I'm going to be seen as cool. But you know, I kind of get it. We've all been, you know, to school, maybe, possibly, unless you were homeschooled, but you know, when I was in school, I tried my best to fit in with everyone else. You know, I tried to be like everyone else. I tried to pick up everyone's music tastes and all of that stuff, you know, that matters to you when you're that young. It just doesn't serve you well, to be honest with you. It really doesn't. I mean, I understand why people do it, but
I'm 30 years old and I've got so many tattoos. I regret 80% of them. A lot of people
80?
on my social medias have been very interested in what I meant by I regret 80% of my tattoos.
yes.
I'm going to quickly show you some of my tattoos. So I've got a full sleeve on this side, and this is all theatrical based, and then I've got half a sleeve on here. I've got like personal meanings, then I've got a big leg one and some other like little ones dotted around like this, like you can see there. So people are probably just going to presume that I regret the actual tattoos that I've got. Realistically, that has nothing to do with it. So I actually really love my full sleeve on. Like, I love theatre. It's such a big part of who I am. The thing is, I was honestly so young when I got it. I think I was like 18 when I started my sleeve. So like, I didn't have any money then. I didn't do my research. I literally just went with somebody that did tattoos that I could afford.
Oh, no.
Guys, if you have like dark circles like me, when I use like a peachy coloured blush, I bring it under my eyes before I put my concealer on. It really helps to colour correct. I don't know if I'm doing that right, but it does work. I regret where I went to get them done, because the work just not amazing. It's not bad, but it's just not wow. But in that aspect, I kind of wish I just waited until I had more money and waited until I found like an incredible tattoo artist. The second reason is probably the main reason why I regret getting tattoos. My style has changed in every sense that you can think of. The way I like to have my hair, the way I like to dress. Still yet to find a powder better than Jordana t-shirt. So like now, when I put certain clothes on, I just feel stupid. I feel like it doesn't suit me, but because of my tattoos, I'm sorry, but that powder is fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Honestly, I just don't ever feel like elegant. Like, I don't feel like I can dress elegant. Like, I have to dress a certain way because of my tattoos.
No.
My two main reasons why I regret getting tattoos. There are a few more reasons, so if you want a part 2, let me know.
Oh my goodness. That truly breaks my heart with them saying that they don't feel like they can dress elegantly because of their tattoos. Like, that's really sad. Like, of course you can. There is no rule that say if you have tattoos, you can't dress this way. There never has been. I think it comes from the very old school question that a lot of tattooed people get, mostly feminine presenting people. And that question is, what are you going to look like on your wedding day? I have been asked that many times, and I don't particularly, like, I'm 34 now. I've never really had the biggest desire to get married ever. It's not something, you know, as a child I grew up being excited about. You know, I wasn't that child that would put a pillowcase over their head and be like, oh my god, I can't wait to get married. Like, that's just not me. This person might be. I don't know. I have been asked many times by many different types of people, you know, what about on your wedding day? What's it gonna look like? And it's just like, freaking cool. I'm gonna look freaking sick if I ever wear a wedding dress, thank you very much. But again, I also notice a pattern that a lot of people, when they get tattooed when they're younger, obviously when you're younger you don't have much money for the most part. You know, not everyone comes from a rich family background, and most people will just go to their local tattoo artist and the one that doesn't charge the most. And of course I kind of understand that, because then you can get the tattoo and it's accessible for you. But I will always encourage you to do your research and go to a tattoo artist that does the type of work that you want, with the type of quality that you want as well. Regretting the stomach tattoos I got when I was 18 right now. What? Why? Because that is a freaking sick tattoo, if you ask me. I like that, like, stomach tattoo. I mean, it's quite big. Like, it's quite a big spider tattoo, and I'm not, like, the biggest fans of spiders. So, I don't know. But still, that's, like, a pretty good tattoo, in my opinion. So, I don't know what they're regretting. That stomach tattoo.
I got 4 tattoos when I was 18 years old, and I hate all of them. It is by far one of my biggest regrets getting these tattoos. I hate looking at them every morning. I wish they were gone.
Okay, so this is true regret to me.
So many tattoo removal appointments, but I cancel them because I'm scared of the price and I'm scared of the pain. None of them fit my aesthetic anymore. I just don't know why 18-year-old Brooke felt so pressured to get so many tattoos. So here's a really quick tour to sum it up. Sagittarius. This one's a cover-up. You can see the original one. It was a cat.
Oh, I see it.
Straight from Pinterest.
I see it.
I should have just left the cat because it was smaller, and I don't like this huge blotchy flower.
Oh, no.
I am strong because I've been weak. I am fearless because I've been afraid, and my mom's handwriting.
Oh, that's cute.
This one's by far my least favorite one. It is so ugly. It says, we're holding on to a fairy tale. We're moving forward, but we're not there yet. It makes total sense to me now why I don't like these anymore, because my brain literally was not fully developed when I got them. Maybe someday I'll get them removed. I really, really want to. But once again, I'm just so terrified of the price and the pain. So for however long it takes me to get over those fears, I will just be hiding those parts of my body from social media, from everyone, because I hate when people see them, and I hate when people ask me about them because they are so ugly.
Oh, see, to me, this is like true regret. Like, it pretty much kind of consumes her, or it affects her everyday life, because she's like, I'm going to cover them, nobody can see them, I don't want anyone to see them. So it's something that she has to go out of her way to do each day. I've never had that feeling towards a tattoo in my whole entire life. Like, again, I have some ugly ones, but I don't ever go out of my way to cover them. Like, they're there, it's fine, I don't mind. In my Tattoo Enthusiast Reacts to Tattoo TikToks series, I have, I think, reacted to maybe 1 or 2 or 3 TikToks where people do bring up the fact that I thought I just saw a spider then. What is that? Oh, it's a bit of fluff. Sorry, it proper caught my eye and I was like, ugh. Anyway, yeah, in my Tattoo Enthusiast Reacts to Tattoo TikToks content, I've definitely reacted to a couple of TikToks where people talk about the fact that they got tattoos before their brain had fully developed. And I understand why they're saying that, but then again, there is, you know, a lot of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25-year-olds that get tattooed and still very much like them, never regret them. They've made, in their personal opinion, great choices. You know, like, I have tattoos from that era of my life where I don't, you know, hate them or anything. You know, some of my traditional tattoos I got when I was like 23, 24, and apparently your brain doesn't develop until it's like 25 or something like that, right? But I don't regret them. But I think that's because I got tattoos of stuff I really, really like. Again, like the perfume bottle, as you know, I love perfume. I hate when my mum is right. I absolutely hate these huge tattoos I got when I was 22 now. Looking into getting them removed, and it's so expensive and a long process. Just like the person that we watched before, tattoo removal is expensive, and it is also a very, very long process. You're looking at 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, even longer if you have to take bigger breaks in between each session because, of course, financial reasons or what have you. And I don't think people even think about this when they get tattooed. Obviously some do, but I think it needs to be way more known that laser it's much more harder to go through than an actual tattoo, because for most tattoos, you get them done in 1 day unless you have a continuous ongoing sleeve or project like a back piece. But most, you know, smaller tattoos you get done in a day. But to remove that tattoo, you're looking at 2 years. It's a lot longer. So when people say, oh, you know what, if I regret my tattoos, it's fine, I will just laser them off, I don't think they realise the severity of laser them off. Wanting to be heavily tattooed as a teen, and now I regret and outgrew 95% of my tattoos, not even 10 years later. Oh, that's so scary, because that could like happen to a lot of us. It could even happen to me. Like one morning I could wake up and regret my tattoos. And that's terrifying. But I have in full confidence that I won't, but you never know. Turned 18 and got awful tattoos trying to be edgy. 7 years later, hating warm weather because I have to show them. Oh no, see that is again like a strong regret to me. The fact that you feel like you have to hide the tattoos, especially when it's warm. Like absolutely, like I cannot wear a lot of clothes when it's warm. I'm sorry, like, but if I felt like I had to, because I felt like I needed to hide my tattoos because I didn't like them, and it affected me mentally, you know, because it's a constant thought. Oh my gosh. I truly do feel bad for these types of people that feel like they have to cover their whole body to hide their tattoos, because yes, okay, it was their choice, but I still have a little bit of empathy for them, you know? But then again, they did get tattooed to be edgy, to fit in, and that's never a reason to be tattooed. You should only get tattooed for yourself, because at the end of the day, you have to carry these tattoos with you for the rest of your life. Your friendship group when you're much younger might not be your friendship group anymore when you're like in your 40s, or whoever you're trying to impress by being edgy. I don't know.
You know what is so hard and so embarrassing to admit? Regretting some of your tattoos. Because it's like, yeah, all those people that told me don't get big tattoos, blah, 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 you were right. And I have to admit that. I should have listened to you. I'm a stupid idiot. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of tattoos that I really do love, like this owl piece. Got a big, beautiful raccoon piece, this snake piece too. Cute. Like, those are all cool. Yeah. I actually love them. Good. But the tattoos that I happen to hate the most are the ones that I have to see the most. Let's go through what's wrong with these. We're gonna start off with this fox that doesn't even look like a fox. I don't know what the hell went wrong here, because I definitely didn't want this like scary looking thing. I wanted something cute. Where's the fluff? Where's the texture? And because it was my first time getting a big tattoo, when he put the stencil down, I'm like, well, he's probably just gonna like add in the fluff after. He didn't. Honestly, this thing is just a piece of garbage. It's just not shaded very nicely. Total shit. Now, the poor guy that actually does the good work, I took this to him and I'm like, can you do something with this? And he's like, what the hell do you want me to do with that? In an attempt to, you know, kind of make it a little bit cuter, he's like, I'll try to lighten up your hand a little bit. Let's throw in a flower. Doesn't look right. Also gave me some super cute mice. I love those. But next to this, not feeling it. I also did decide to cover up an old tattoo, and I stare at this mess every day and I go, what was I thinking? Now, my other arm. This is what happens when you cheat on your tattoo artist. I have learned my lesson. This, I don't even know where to start. Like, there's just so many mistakes. The blown out lines, the things that are not even in the outline. Oh, I can't. I hate this tattoo. I don't have a lot of tattoos that have any meaning, but my grandma, we have a thing with chickadees. So I'm like, give me a chickadee. And the guy accidentally fills in the little white line that chickadees have, so now I have a fucking bird in my arm that doesn't even mean anything to me. It's not a chickadee now. Not great. Not good stuff. Boo. Tomato, tomato. You know what? This is my truth, and I'm just putting it out there. I have regrets. Big, big, big regrets. I'm also looking for a tattoo removal place. I'm dead ass. So GTA, or even outside of the GTA, a little bit more north. If you've gotten laser tattoo removal, let a bitch know, because I know I will not want to stare at this for the rest of my life. Think long and hard before you get a tattoo.
Oh, think for me though. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm blind. But the fox to me doesn't look that bad. I just feel like it needs maybe a little bit of a rework, because it does look a little bit different to every other tattoo that this person has got, you know? I feel like it's a little bit lighter. I just feel like a little rework would help that so much. I don't know why the artist was like, what do you want me to do with that kind of thing? Like, I feel like most tattoo artists would be able to take that on and just zhuzh it up a little bit and make it match everything else that's going on. But otherwise, they are pretty gorgeous tattoos to regret compared to some of the tattoos I've seen that people do end up regretting because they're an absolute hot mess. But those ones are pretty decent. The quality of them isn't that bad. Like, yeah, there's a few things here and there that, you know, the blowout or whatever, and the missing line work. But again, the missing line work's an easy fix. With the lines expanding, that's not so much an easy fix. And also with the white line in the bird, you could potentially have a few sessions of white ink over that, because I have had white ink over my black work tattoos. And if I was to continue having a few more you know, sessions of white ink with this, they would end up showing up more and more and more and more. So if this person felt the need to do that, it's doable. It will take some time, but not as much time as laser, I would say.
Y'all, can we please talk about tattoo regret? Because I hate these tattoos. No. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I literally, this is not me. This is not me. It makes me look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I want to be, but I can't be because these are so in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, I like this That's one. Cute. I like this one. I like my Playboy one. But this, oh my gosh, it's just too, no. Like, I don't know what I was thinking when I was 20 years old and I got 7 tattoos. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4.
May.
5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 tattoos in under a year.
Holy
This is your
moly.
sign. If you want a tattoo and you've never gotten a tattoo or whatever, and you think your tattoo addiction has just started, wait 2 years before you get that tattoo. If you still want it in 2 years, okay, by all means, get the tattoo. But I want these removed from my body.
Why?
Everyone's like, oh, they're not that bad. But, like, this is not me, though. Like, this is not me. Like, what is that? What is that? What is that? Look at that. Like, why am I even showing my arm like that right now? Like, what is that? Look at the scales.
It is very, like...
What is that?
Like, the lines have blurred out quite a bit.
It's cute, but, like, not on me. Like, I would rather not have it. Like, it's just too much. Like, no. I used to say, whenever I was getting on these, I was like, yeah, I want sleeves. I want neck tattoos. I want... Like, who was... No. Send her back. No. I'm severely anemic, so I normally like wearing long sleeves anyways. But long sleeves also help because of this situation. Like, what? Like, I don't ever put on a long sleeve just to cover up my tattoos, but it just helps because I'm always cold. But, like, sometimes, like, I was literally spiraling the other day going through my pictures, like, oh, what did I do?
Oh, no. So, again, this is pretty heavy tattoo regret. And I do feel bad for them. But, again, it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, like, why did you get the tattoos? You know, like, I feel like this is a case of they got the tattoos because it was, like, the cool thing to do at the time or what have you. I mean, tattoos have always been cool for many, 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 many years, but I feel like there is, like, an increase of people getting tattooed at 18 or wherever they live's legal age to get tattooed. In the UK, it's 18. So you'll get an increase of people turning 18 and then being like, oh my God, I'm 18. I can finally go get a tattoo and I can do all of this. And not much thought has been had with the tattoos. I'd be regretting all my tattoos almost daily, but still get massive urges for more. No! No, no, no! No! This person needs to stay away from a tattoo studio until they figure it out, okay? Like, no, figure out what you've got going on first. Because there's potential room there to regret the new ones, you know? Unless this person has figured out their personal style and what they like in life, then it's probably best not to get tattooed, you know? If you regret most of them, I would say just stay away from a tattoo studio, please. Because you may end up getting new tattoos and you may end up liking them for a short period of time, but what's not to say that these tattoos end up becoming ones that you regret again. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. If you have a history of regretting most of your tattoos, I think it's time to just stop. You know, just stop it.
I have loads of tattoos on my body, right, of words, of things that people have taught me in life. So there's like, we'll be okay, go gently, trust, think twice, confidence, all things that other people have that I would like to have in my own soul. I had one on my shoulder. I have one on my shoulder that says forgiveness, and I'm actually getting it removed.
Oh my gosh!
What? Because fuck that. I don't fucking like forgiving people. Yeah, if they've done you wrong, then they're fuck them.
I love it.
So yeah, that's been and the trust one's been removed.
Holy shit! Wait, okay. First of all, is that tattoo strategy working? Like, do you feel like the things that you've written on you are seeping into your soul?
Yeah, I do feel like words are Powerful. Still laughing.
That's funny as shit.
I mean, clearly the other ones did not work.
Yeah, fuck. They are all pretty much great words, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this one says don't panic, and you're never not gonna not want to panic. So, but forgiveness and trust, they're dodgy situations. But yeah, that's nearly gone there, look, see.
Yeah.
Wow. So Anne-Marie is a singer from the UK. I think she's actually done some pretty bangers, actually. Like, she's good, she's talented. But I feel like a lot of people around about Anne-Marie's age and my age, you know, fell victim to the word tattoos. These types of tattoos were very much early 2010s tattoos. I'm talking about peak time Tumblr, okay? Like, peak Tumblr time tattoos. A lot of people were getting tattoos like she got, with words like breathe, don't panic, and forgiveness and what have you. And I'm with Anne-Marie here. You know, like, sometimes you just don't want to forgive. So I can completely understand why she would get that tattooed if it's not something that she lives up to all the time. So I think that's a reminder for all of us not to get words tattooed on us that, you know, we might not live by all the time.
I have instant regret. Instant regret.
Wait,
like,
what?
I can't believe this is on my body for life. I'm so mad at myself.
No.
Like, the tattoo itself is cute and I love it. It's just the way it's been done on my body and how it looks on me. I don't know, I've seen this tattoo on so many other people, not this exact one, but this a similar tattoo like this on other people, and it's looked so good, but on me, it doesn't look right. I'm just gonna show you. Oh, fuck.
Oh, it's cute! Oh, it's really cute, but it's quite big for that placement.
I don't know how I feel, because, like, it's a really cute tattoo, but, like...
Oh no.
Why?
That is brand new as well. Again, like this person said, it is a cute tattoo, but I think personally it's probably not the right placement for that type of tattoo. Again, there is no rules, you can do what you want. But most people, when they get a little tattoo behind their ear, it is a little tattoo, like a little star, a tiny little flower. That kind of looks like the type of tattoo you would have on your wrist or something like that. But to instantly regret your tattoo and that looks new, they may have just come out of the tattoo studio and instantly regretted it. But as the tattoo is so new, it does sometimes take a little while to get used to a tattoo. And the thing is, the tattoo is like behind their ear. They're like never really gonna see it. Especially if they wear their hair down, it'll become something that you don't even think about anymore. I always talk about the fact that I never even notice my tattoos because they become a part of you. You don't really take notice to them, which I know sounds strange, but yeah, she might end up just not even realising it's there anymore. A year after impulsively getting a patchwork sleeve. Oh no.
This bitch kind of ugly.
And the thing is, I recognise some of these tattoos, especially the mouth one, like the two mouths coming together. That is like prime Pinterest tattoo. Like, that is one of the most popular Pinterest tattoos of all time. So that's, again, something that you really need to think about before getting tattooed. I personally would only use Pinterest for inspiration. I would never directly get something from Pinterest. And you're also taking someone else's artwork, which is a bit of a no-no within the art community. I would always say it's best to go for custom or flash pieces from a tattoo artist that they have posted up on their profile.
So anyone that's gotten tattooed and they're like, oh, if I stop loving it, I'll just get it removed, needs a rude wake-up call. Because when I was 19, I stupidly started getting tattooed every time I had a mood swing.
No.
So I ended up getting really heavily tattooed really quickly. It was just such a coping mechanism for me. Whenever I had a depressive thought or feeling, I was like, oh, I'll get a tattoo. And at the time, I loved them. Fast forward 10 years later, I absolutely hate the thing. I love them on other people. I think they're beautiful. On myself, they make me physically recoil. They are by far my biggest regret. No. I was one of those ignorant people that was just like, oh, well, if I stop liking them, I'll just get them removed. Like, I'll just get laser. Like, no, it's not that simple. I've now been getting these things removed for the last 8 years. 8 years of my life. 12 to 20 sessions per tattoo. It feels like you're being burnt by a blowtorch. I shouldn't say this because I do this for a living, but half of the reason I do it for a living is because it's so damn expensive that if I have the laser and I do the laser, I can just do it myself. Girl math. I'm such an advocate for the legal age of being tattooed to go up to 21 because I do not know what I was thinking. I got my knuckles tattooed. I got my neck tattooed. Like, look at this. Like,
oh no.
I've been getting this removed for the last 3 years. This
3 years.
I just
Holy
want
cow.
clean skin. It's all that I want, please.
3 years and they still haven't fully been removed. This is just like a huge, this just goes to show, like, tattoos can be more hassle than they're worth. It's very, very quick and easy to get them, but to get them off, like I was saying, oh my god, it's too much.
Let's have a quick rant because I have severe tattoo regret. I don't know where it's coming from. I am in my late 20s now, and I don't know if I'm like about to like go into my grown woman era or what, but I hate my tattoos. It's not all of them, it's just the ones on my arms. I feel like no matter what I do, what I wear, how I look, like they just make me feel manly and like dark, like not like my skin color, but like dark, like there's like a dark, like I don't even know how to explain it. Hopefully you guys know what I mean. And I really just wish that I would have been smarter about getting tattoos when I was younger. Most of my tattoos I got when I was like 16, 17 because I was a teen mom. And a lot of my baby daddy's friends were tattoo artists, and so they did a lot of my work. And it's honestly one of my biggest regrets. And I don't know why it's like affecting me now, but it's like affecting my confidence. And like I hate when people like bring them up, and obviously they're like a conversation starter, and they just make me really sad. Like low-key I feel like I want to start wearing long sleeves, but it's like summer and it's like 100 degrees outside. I like a lot of my other tattoos that I have in other places that aren't as like, you know, out there, but it's making me really sad. I know people are going to be like, look into removal, but I feel like removal is more for if you're trying to cover it up with something else. And I just wish I hadn't gotten tattoos on my arms, period. And it's not like your skin can ever go back to what it used to be. So I'm just feeling, I don't know why, for some reason these past few weeks I've been like so sad and like in my feelings about it.
Oh, that actually makes me like legitimately so sad for this person. I mean, we all know tattoos are permanent, but I just don't think people really grasp the fact that they are permanent. And I feel like they genuinely did like their tattoos at one point. They genuinely wanted to look tattooed, but they have just changed over the years, which is something that could happen to absolutely anyone. I feel like the people that have always had a huge interest in tattoos, like me or some of you, you know, you're a safe bet because you've always had that interest. But sometimes people, you know, dibble and dabble into the tattoo world and then just like lose interest in it. And that's how sometimes you end up, you know, regretting your tattoos because it's just not something that represents you anymore, you know?
I'll be so fucking for real with you guys. The biggest reason why I regret having as many tattoos as I do is because I'm not able to be an assassin or a career criminal or something like that.
Sorry?
Not that I'm planning on it. FBI agent who's watching this, but like it's kind of sad that I've closed that door of my life, you know, because they use tattoos and whatnot to like identify you because it's like an identifying marker. I don't think I could do it. I'm well aware of the fact that I probably couldn't do it. I literally spend 20 minutes a day on Instagram crying over cute videos, so I don't think I could murder someone. Maybe. No. This is partially what's always confused me as to why people always say, oh my god, if you have tattoos, you're more likely to be a criminal. That would just make it harder to be a criminal, thank you very much.
True.
But on the positive side, you're less likely to be sex trafficked or be cannibalized because people who are cannibals think that tattoos taste bad. So maybe I just watched a lot of true crime and I have a woman's brain or something like that. But having tattoos, I feel like, is truly a pros and cons list.
So true. There are pros and cons to having tattoos. Without a doubt. I will never deny that. But I just want to say, I'm so off guard about the fact that they're kind of upset that they can never be an assassin. That is something that has never ever crossed my mind before. And now I'm just like, oh, I really missed out. I've talked about the whole trafficking and tattoos thing a few times here and there across a few of my videos. And I can see why people think that that would be a thing. And yeah, you are a lot more descriptive, so that can sometimes scare off traffickers. But then, you know, say it's winter, okay, and you're wearing like a lot of clothes, that trafficker who's about to kidnap you doesn't know that you have a lot of tattoos. You know, it's kind of, I understand what people are saying, but bad people will do bad things no matter what. Let's be serious.
I've been seeing a lot of stuff on my FYP about tattoo regret, and I want to chime in. And I want to preface this with, I'm not coming for people who have tattoo regret. Like, obviously that's totally valid, and you're so welcome to share your own opinions. That's what I'm doing. But I do have some issues with some of the narratives that I've been seeing. The first one being that people, women specifically, who have tattoos can't fit the clean girl aesthetic. People are forgetting that most people on this app are easily influenced, and a narrative like that could make them feel like even if they didn't regret their tattoos, that they should. I'm not talking about anyone in particular. I've seen loads of videos about this. Clean girl is a trend. Like, trends come and go so quickly, especially this day and age. Tattoos are a part of a culture. Like, the oldest discovery of tattooed skin goes back to like 3100 BC. It's been around for a long time. And aesthetics come and go. And I personally think women who have tattoos, especially if they're heavily tattooed and they do partake in like clean girl aesthetic, I think that looks stunning. And that goes for any aesthetic, because I always feel like if you're confident and you're presenting yourself how you want to, that's hot. That makes you a cool girl. And I think it's cool that people can talk about things taboo like regretting tattoos, because, you know, growing up, people always tell you you're gonna regret them. So I think a lot of people are scared to admit that they do regret certain ones, especially if you get them younger. And I think that that's great that people can talk about that. But again, it's just this narrative of trying to be exclusive with certain things that are trending right now. If you don't like tattoos, don't get them. If you don't appreciate tattoos, don't get them. Don't make other people feel bad or feel like they should be regretting them. I've seen some people make videos about how, like, who let me get tattoos when I was 18? Like, they're so ugly, I can never be a clean girl with this. Like, it's just, it feels really, I don't know if dystopian is the word, but it's just like, dude, clean girl is a trend. It's gonna pass. Saw a legitimate video on my FYP like last week where this girl was saying, if you have tattoos, you'll never have the life that you want. Like, what? Why would you say that? Tattoos are not for everyone. That's kind of the whole point. You don't have to get them if you don't want them. If you do get them and you regret them, that's fine, but don't make other people feel like they should be regretting theirs. Don't gatekeep a certain aesthetics. Just let people do what they want to do. Let people express themselves the way that they want to. We've come such a long way. Tattoos have become so much more accepting, and don't take steps backward. Please.
Yes, 100%. It goes back to that TikTok that I reacted to of the person saying that they feel like they can never look elegant. And it's just like, but you can. There's no rules or laws to tell you that you can't. Like this person says, it's got a lot to do with social media. And again, the whole like clean girl aesthetic or any kind of aesthetic that comes and goes. It comes and goes. As I am a 34-year-old lady, I have seen so many trends. You know, there was a huge moment where scene kids were, you know, very, very prevalent, and now there is still people that dress and look like this, but it's not like the most popular aesthetic at the moment. You have like the 2016 makeup where it was like blocky eyebrows, very extravagant eyeshadow, and now we have moved on to this like clean girl aesthetic where it's kind of minimal makeup, it's very glowy. And it's the same with like fashion as well. Fashion comes and goes. It was all about high-waisted skinny jeans at one moment. You know, I owned so many pairs of Topshop Joni jeans and now everyone's wearing low-rise. It's like a never-ending circle. Sometimes fashion does come back into style. The Y2K fashion trend is very, very prevalent right now, and that fashion was very prevalent when I was like 10 years old to like 16 years old. And seeing it come back now and seeing like 16-year-olds wear it again, it's just, oh, it's crazy. Like, don't take trends too seriously, because, you know, next year there'll be something else. Or you know what? In a couple of months' time, there'll be a new trend. We can't fully blame social media or content creators for this. They don't help so much. But the people involved in this are those that are creating the products to create these trends, you know, makeup trends and fashion trends. You know, where do we get these things from? Stores, corporations, businesses. It's all a marketing tactic, to be honest with you. So try not to fall victim to it too much. I understand, you know, especially when people are young, they're trying to fit in, want to be like everyone on social media and what have you. But anyway, that's my rant over on that subject. Okay, my darlings, that is it for today's video. I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Again, please leave down below your tattoo regret stories if you do have any, for whatever reason, and also your thoughts and opinions about everything that I have covered covered in this video. Also, if you fancy talking about perfume, leave down below your favorite fragrances. I'm actually very nosy and would love to know. I also want to say thank you so much to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. And until my next video, I hope you all stay safe and well. And until then, bye!